Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Fantasy Football, and welcome to my video. In today's video, I'm going to be looking at some of the best transfers to make for Game Week 20. Now, I've been looking at my transfer option videos, and I'm basically trying to improve them and make them better for everyone. Now, instead of me talking about, the most popular picks, I'm going to try my best to bring so many different suggestions in our transfers. So I'm going to be looking at, yes, the popular picks, because you have to do that. I am going to be looking at some differentials, players that could do really well for the next game week. So this one will be just for game week 20, and players that could do really well for us for the long term. I think like having so many different options is always a good thing. And then I'll add a couple of players that, I have a gut feeling of that could do really well, that not many managers might look at. So instead of seeing the same players every single time, I'm going to try my best to bring in different kind of players in that might give you guys some kind of idea on your transfers. So I hope that this video will help. But yeah, I'm going to continue with the video. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe and always drop a like on the video. Now, before I go through the transfers, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an update on my team. As you can see, Bruno Fernandez is going to be my captain, and there we go. I got Kevin De Bruyne there injured, and he's going to be injured for a number of games, so he has to go. There's no point holding him. His price is going to go down. It's just not worth it. And the player or the players that I'm looking at is Gundogan and Sterling. If I don't get them, I want to get Rashford, kind of like double up. But it looks like Rashford has got a little bit of a knock. I'm not 100% certain, how bad it is. So I'll have to do a little bit of research on that. So that's the idea. That's my team setup. It's actually not too bad. I think the only thing that is missing here is a Manchester City defense and the West Ham defense. So I'm kind of covered. The backline of mine, like James, and even Justin. I think a lot of people's benching him, and and I got like Adams. These players returning is going to help me out a lot, but we'll see. I do have other plans in mind that could help me out in the long term. I do have my bench boost. I do have my wild card. Now, what I'm thinking to do is try and using the bench boost without using the wild card, and use the wild card in another game week to kind of prepare for another double game week. So that's the kind of plan. I'm going to try something a little bit different, but we'll see. Things will change, and yeah, and so on. So that's my team setup. This is my bench, decent bench to kind of help me out. I already created a team selection video, so please check that out on my previous video. So as for transfers, and here we go. I picked a bunch of players that are differentials, gut feelings, popular picks, players that you might need to have, players that is going to be good for the long term or for the short term. So here we go. So let's start with the forwards. Now we've got Bamford, Adams, and Calvert-Lewin. Now, the number one pick is actually Antonio, but I already spoke about him quite a lot, so I wanted to create a different list here. So with Bamford is good for the long term. Yes, in the last couple of game weeks, they haven't really been performing really well, but the fixtures are decent enough still. I think against Newcastle, they can do well. These two back-to-back home games. I'm not saying they're going to win these games, but they could score and they could get us points. And plus, they have to have a double game week very, very soon. So kind of like keeping them is probably a best option. Now, Adams is not the best pick, but it's a gut feeling just for game week 20. And I think he can do well against Arsenal. He did well last time out against Arsenal away. I think he got an assist. Let me just see. Yeah, 5 points there. It's not enough, but 5 points is better than nothing from a 6 million player. And Calvert-Lewin is back. He's back from injury. He should start. The fixtures are not too bad. Leicester City at home, Newcastle at home, Leeds United away, the Man United in there, Fulham. So home fixtures are actually really, really good. But we may have different options out there. But if you want to go for Calvert-Lewin, you know, bring him back into your team, you know, he brought us a lot of points, guys, you know, and he might be a player to kind of watch out for. Now we move on to the midfielders. We've got two players here that a lot of people want. That is Gundogan and Sterling. 5.5 versus 11.5. I mean, I think the 5.5 wins all day. It upgrades, like it helps your team. It gives you the funds that you need to upgrade someone else. And he is just on form, guys. He's been performing really well. You can see a lot of goals right there. He hasn't played many games. You know, as you can see, it's a slow start for him in the beginning of the season. Kevin De Bruyne is out for a number of games. He should be on penalties, guys. And 5.5, you can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong with a 5.5 player that is bringing this much amount of points in that Manchester City side. And right now, Manchester City is playing better. They are performing better. They're doing really well. I think he is the #1 pick for this game week and onwards because of this price tag. Now, Sterling, on the other hand, he is an explosive player. You know, he can bring in those 13, the 11 points. But 11.5 is so expensive. I think he will do well. I think with the money that we all probably will have, we might be able to actually have Sterling and Gundogan. So definitely maybe like doubling up on them could be the way to go to kind of gain the extra ranks. So yeah, for me, it's going to be Gundogan. But if you want to go for differentials, just bring any of them, to be honest with you. And any of these players actually can do well. But I think the 5.5 is not hurting your team at all. Madison, I got to talk about Madison. He's on fire. He's scoring a lot of goals. It's a shame that he's not playing up to that 90 minutes mark, but he is still low owned. As you can see, 10.3, 7.2 price tag. And these fixtures are good. The problem is Jamie Vardy. Jamie Vardy is not playing. Is he going to be able to continue to perform like this? Is he going to be the one to kind of bring in a lot of points? We don't know. I don't know. And it's very difficult to kind of predict what's going to happen. But he is performing well. And we have to, you know, mention players that's actually performing well. And he is one of them. He's on fire right now. Bruno Fernandez is pretty much going to be the most popular pick here. He's probably going to be the most captained against Sheffield United. 11 goals, 9 assists. That's just a lot of... He's just bringing a lot of points, guys. He could be a player to kind of captain like forever, really, well, for the season. So definitely a big a player here that is going to be massively captained. Rashford is a little bit of a differential, 12.9, 9.6. You know, we all got Kevin De Bruyne as funds, and you know, we've got a lot of money spare, so we could go for him. But he's got a little bit of a knee injury. I'm not sure what's happening there. Maybe he's okay. Maybe the game hasn't updated yet. 7 goals and 5 assists. I would take that for a player that is a 9.6 on the price tag. Decent amount of points, actually very good points, and low ownership, meaning that it's going to help us to kind of gain those extra ranks that we need to kind of get where we want to go. And as for the defense, well, nothing surprising really. It's the West Ham and Manchester City defense there. Cancelo and Stones is the ones to kind of go for. Now for my team, the only players that I'm kind of missing out is from the defense from Manchester City and West Ham. If I had those players in, then yeah, I would have gained a lot of ranks. But yeah, I mean, you can't really like own like every single player, right? But these players, you know, with the ownerships, 12.9. I know a lot of people's talking about them, but they're still low owned. And you know, like Kofal here, 7.4. Definitely Stones. I think it's around. Okay, I thought it was around 10%, but it's 16.3. That's still decent amount. You know, if he gets the clean sheet, you gotta gain a lot of ranks. And here we got the two Manchester City defense. We've got David De Gea and Shaw. If you want to go for a differential, if you are going for like a free hit, if you want to go for like a 1 week kind of punt, then and you need a goalkeeper, then De Gea is the one to kind of go for. The fixtures are looking good. That's why I added Rashford in there as well, to kind of like, I mean, look at these fixtures. They're good for Manchester United to score a lot of goals in. And Shaw's been doing well. He's more fit. He's just looking better. So definitely he's on my radar. And as you can see, 4.8 is going to be a very cheap player. That is 2.3% owned. I think if I was wildcarding, I would definitely bring in Luke Shaw into my team. I bought in the Brighton goalkeeper. It looks like Robert Sanchez is the main goalkeeper for Brighton. If you are looking for a cheap goalkeeper or player to kind of rotate with, then here's your option. So there we go, guys. Couple of differentials, couple of butterfly kind of gut feeling picks, main players to kind of look for, and yeah. I hope this has given you some kind of ideas for your transfer options for your FPL teams. Anyways, guys, I hope this has helped. Hopefully that you have a fantastic game week. And yeah, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.